This episode we take a look at the highly anticipated follow-up to the 2013 smash hit, The Last of Us. Naughty Dog is back again with Last of Us 2. Let's see if it can live up to the high expectations. If you're new to the channel, this is where we break games down to their four main components: graphics, sound, gameplay and replay value to give you an overall score. Before we start, make sure you hit the like button, please consider subscribing, it really helps us out, and hit that little bell button so you get notified of all our reviews. Let's get into it. Naughty Dog are known for creating some of the best visuals in gaming, and even knowing that going in I was amazed at how blown away I was. This game is simply stunning. The emotions conveyed in the characters' faces are so convincing that you'll have yourself struggling to remember you're actually playing a game and not watching a movie. From the beads of sweat that roll down the perfectly rendered skin to the glint in their eyes, this is truly next level stuff. And it's not just the characters, the environments are so grand in scale and detail, from the snow-capped mountains where the slightest touch of a branch will have snow falling to the ground, to the decaying streets of Seattle and the awe-inspiring sight of a whole town burning to the ground. No detail has been overlooked.
They're picking us off!
The first word that comes to mind when I think about the sound in this game is damn. If the gargling sound of some poor soul's last breath as you strangle them to death isn't enough to make you squirm in your seat, the sound of a group of people screaming in agony as you burn them to death might just do it. While the soundtrack is what you'd expect from Naughty Dog, the environmental sounds is what really gives this game life. The quiet dripping of water in a darkly lit underground basement will have you on the edge of your seat. And what about that unmistakable sound of a clicker walking around you? Playing this game in a darkened room with the sound turned up really gets the heart racing. The weapons and gunfire are loud and satisfying, with all the weapons in the game sounding like I would assume they sound in the actual real life. On a lighter note, I did find it interesting that sometimes you'd shoot someone in the face, they'd fall to the ground screaming somehow. You start off the game following Ellie and Joel along with some new friends around the world as they try to get rid of the infected. But you'll soon find yourself jumping across to Abby, the other main character of the game. And you want to get used to that, because hopping between characters is something this game loves to do, and for the most part it works to great effect, slowly revealing the story to you through flashbacks and character swaps. There's an open world feel to this game without actually being open world, but what the game does rather brilliantly is channeling you through to an area where the game wants you to be, leaving you feel like you've chosen your own path when in fact the game's taking you where it wanted you to be the whole time. If you're not a big fan of blood and violence, this game probably isn't for you, as it's got it by a barrel full. There were times that my anxiety and heart rate went through the roof, from jumping out of my skin in darkened buildings to panicking as I'm being overrun by human enemies. I was always on the edge of my seat. Unfortunately, Naughty Dog couldn't get the multiplayer portion of this game done in time for the release, which is a shame because the online version of the first game was such a blast. Recently they've announced that the multiplayer will be released as a standalone game, probably for the PS5 and PS4 in 2021. But that shouldn't stop you from experiencing one of, if not the best game of this generation. The campaign is truly massive. Numerous times I thought it was coming to an end, only for the game to continue for many more hours. There's so much to do and take in here that you're going to miss a lot the first time round. Clocking in at about 25 hours, doing the main campaign multiple times is going to make this game last you a very long time. As I sit here reading this, the credits having just finished rolling on the campaign, I'm left with a strange emptiness in my stomach. It's such a rollercoaster of a story that it ultimately leaves you with no closer to resolution than when you started. At its core, this is a game about choices. It's not that the game lets you choose how the story will pan out, but it makes you reflect on the choices your characters have made along the way, and what you would have done differently if you were in their shoes. This game deals firmly in the grey. There's no black and white here. The characters are neither good nor bad, they are simply trying to survive in a broken world. That's the thing that sticks out to me with this game. Although the world might be wildly different to the one we know, the people are still people. We tend to live our lives so sure of what is good and what is bad, but we only ever see it from our own point of view. This game deals with that topic in such an in-your-face way it will challenge the way you see your own life. I had an absolutely amazing time playing this game. From the moment it started I knew I was about to be part of something truly special. The only downside being they may never make a sequel, and they've set the storytelling bar so high that most games will struggle to get anywhere near it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you could subscribe, that would really help us out. Until next time, this has been an LTD Games review.
Shit, Joel.
We're here.
Oh my god, it is a dinosaur!